Welcome back to Outdoor Cooking, everyone. This is our last outdoor cooking episode, and today we're going to be doing something just a little bit different. We're going to be making eggs. Pretty simple, but these are going to be made on a homemade stove made out of a big coffee can of sorts. All right, and today I also have Jen with me to help in this cooking sesh. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, this is actually one of my favorite activities that I did when I was a camper several years ago, so I'm really excited to show you guys how it works.
So we kind of have to move quick because, as you can see, we are working with a very tiny fire this time around. So the thing with a really tiny fire is they don't stay really lit because you can't put big logs on them, because we have to put the can over top of the fire. So you just got to keep feeding it and feeding it. And that's why I've put this notch in the can with a wire cutter and then folded it in so the edges aren't as sharp. But just so you know, the edges will be very sharp of the can when you cut it. So be aware of that and have a parent help you out. So this is the hole that we're gonna keep feeding the fire through. And then up here, you can see all these different holes that I've made around the top. I made that with one of these can openers. And I just did that so that way the fire doesn't go out when we put this on top of it. It has some ventilation in place where oxygen can get into the fire. Okay, so it looks like we have to build up the fire a little bit again, but then we'll put it on and start cooking our eggs. All right. Announce it. Okay, so we're gonna put the can on top of the fire, and the hole is on this side, so that's where we're gonna be putting the sticks in, okay?
It's already super hot.
Yes, the can is metal, so it's gonna get all hot.
So don't use your fingers to reach in and feed it, okay? Have a little poker stick like I am to stir it around in here.
I have a little spatula, also metal, so be careful.
It's already got some radiant heat.
And I got a few eggs with us today. All right, should we crack one on?
We should spray it first.
Right.
Or we're never gonna get it off.
I forgot. Jen is much better at remembering stuff than me. So I also have cooking spray. Cooking spray helps it so that way the egg does not stick on top. This is also what we did with the pancakes, if you remember. All right, I'm going to crack it on the rock. It's smoking, sorry.
Yeah, hear that sizzle.
All right.
It's not gonna take very long for the first side of it to be done.
Ours is kind of on a slant, so at some point I might just have to shove it. You can see the sides are already getting crispy, and the cooking spray started to burn on a little bit onto the top. I can kind of see inside, and the fire's still going good. I don't know, when do you think is a good time to flip it?
Why don't you try, because it's starting to burn.
All right, I'm gonna try and flip it.
There we go.
Like pancakes, I'm a big believer in the fact that the first one always looks a little wonky. So practice makes closer to perfect. I can't guarantee it'll be perfect though.
The wind is not helping our fire right now.
Yeah, the wind keeps taking our fire out. If any ashes get in your egg, you know, it's protein, as I like to tell my campers usually.
Isn't the whole egg protein?
Oh, it's extra seasoning. I didn't bring any salt, so I mean, the egg broke. We're making scrambled eggs.
I know.
It's quick, scramble up. All right, you'll fry the next egg where it turns out okay.
Hopefully it turns out okay. I mean, it looks pretty good.
Oh, I'm still eating it.
Oh, definitely.
All right.
I guess now is a good time to note that after you've made however many eggs you're going to make, this is kind of a one-use kind of stove. As you can see, it's a little bit burnt on the bottom, the extra cooking spray and everything.
I mean, I'd get a second cook out of it, but that's up to your discretion. All right. Gonna put that on the napkin and let it cool.
Looks pretty good.
Honestly, not that bad. Like most things I make on this show, they're a little bit questionable looking, but then the taste is where it really matters. All right, so we're gonna try and make another one. Jen will make this one.
Oh boy.
And I will try feeding the fire. All right, I'll move this egg off to the side so it can rest. All right, sure.
I'm gonna try to get all these dried on egg bits off.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna throw some more paper. I'm gonna just throw some more paper in to get the fire going again. Go ahead. I'll just keep it going. I'll just keep it going.
Well, it's always good to have extra eggs.
I brought a third egg in case that happened, so I planned ahead.
All right, I'm gonna try to.
So we're gonna try and build up this side so that way it doesn't flop off the front like it just did. The paper's lighting.
All right, let me just make sure there's enough spray on there. I'm gonna crack another egg. We're gonna see what happens. All right. Okay.
Yeah, it makes it smoky.
No.
Well, you can make a little bit of egg whites.
Yep, we're gonna just fry up this little bit of egg white.
It's fine.
This might happen on your camping trip, so maybe have more than 3 eggs if you
Have an even surface is the big lesson from today.
Ooh, it's smoke in my eyes. Hello.
Okay,
Now the fire's going great, by the way. Just
the
know
fire is so lit. But now we're out of eggs to cook. I mean, I might be able to like scoop it off the rock, but
I mean,
I think we're just gonna move to the taste test
that might be
and
good.
review of the can stove. Okay, I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so let's do a taste test first, and then we'll talk about the stove can as a whole. Okay, all right. So I'm not a big fan of plain eggs, so I brought some hot sauce for myself.
I'm just gonna go with it. There's probably a little like dirt and bug, extra flavor in here, so I'll wait for you though.
Okay.
You ready? Got a nice smoky flavor.
I mean, it's an egg,
It is very much an egg.
and it's cooked.
It is cooked.
So I think all qualifications are fulfilled.
Yeah. I honestly don't miss the salt because it does have a nice smoky flavor.
Yeah, it's got yeah, it has that extra smoke flavor. And I'm always a big fan of like smoked foods. So that does it really nicely.
Yeah, and I love a good fried egg, so
Yeah.
this one turned out, I think, really, really well.
I think final product wise of like all summer, this is probably one of the most successful final products.
Yeah.
Which would seem shocking due to the process of how we got to this egg.
Wait, yeah, so that's quite true. But yeah, no
Okay.
critiques.
Incredible. I have yolk on my leg. Okay. So, the can stove as a whole. I think, in general, it worked really well. I think we just chose a bad spot on the rock.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. It looked a bit flatter than it ended up being, and it wasn't a problem for the first egg. We must have bumped it or something.
Yeah.
Because then, yeah, I think it was all about after the wind blew our fire out and we had to restart the fire. I think we might have bumped some things around, because it really was fine until that point. So.
Yeah. And so, yeah, the first one went really well. And then so if we would have just kept it level, or like maybe, so there's like another rock over here that is a little more flat. Maybe if we would have done it there, it would have been better. But in general, I think the ventilation holes at the top, one added a lot of smoke to the thing, but of course that added to the flavor, so that was good. But it also really helped, I think, in keeping that fire going. So in general, I think it was a success.
I would say so.
But human error on our part.
Very much human error.
Okay, the stove and the egg as a whole, what's your final grade? Like letter grade.
Letter grade, okay. Well, because we're humans and humans are not perfect, I'm gonna not count that in my score. Okay, so the egg itself and like the stove, I would say honestly it's an A+.
All right. You know, if you really think about it, this is just a picture of the gospel and how we're not perfect. Like how we messed up the egg. I don't know what I'm saying. We're gonna stop there. Okay. I'm teasing. Okay, we'll see you later and bye.
Bye.